Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Karen's Budget and Plan. And today I want to talk a little bit about cash envelopes and sinking funds, particularly what they are and how and why you should have them, and how I save for them when we are on a weekly paycheck. So you will have probably seen on my channel that I do weekly cash envelopes, and so basically I just kind of wanted to clarify what is a cash envelope and all that sort of jazz. So basically with the cash envelopes, basically you use cash for items that you are constantly going over budget for. Those are the main ones that I always find people have are like groceries, dining out, entertainment, clothing, gas, petrol, those sorts of stuff. And you know, for me, I do have a number of different areas, so I have some of them here, and these are the ones that I use. You can see me doing my cash envelopes on a weekly basis there. So I have household, car petrol, groceries, hair and beauty, dining out. I also have Ava's fun money, Robert's fun money, my fun money. So areas like that that potentially are going to bust your budget. So if you've been budgeting for a number of different months, you will know that there is areas that you constantly overspend on, and that's normal. I think we all do that, especially with the grocery and eating out category. They are the big hard hitters. So you would set up yourself a cash envelope. And these are the cash envelopes that I sell on my Etsy. This is just one of the designs available. There's like 6 or 7 available. So you'd set up yourself a cash envelope, and the whole theory behind it is that that you only spend what you put in your wallet, in the envelope. So basically you take a budgeted amount. So for me, I say that I'm going to set it at €100 per week, but that's because I get paid on a weekly basis, so it's easy for me to do it that way. If you're paid on a monthly basis, you're saying, right, there's 5 weekends in this month, so that's €500. So you'd put the whole of the €500 in here. If you're paid bi-weekly, you'd put 250 the first paycheck, 250 the second paycheck, or like me, you'd put €100 per week into the cash envelope, and basically you just only spend what is in the cash envelope. You have to try your absolute best not to take from one envelope to give to another, because again, the whole purpose of having cash envelopes is that they that you control your spending with them. So yes, control your spending and help you stick to a budget is the whole purpose of cash envelopes. So as I said, these are the ones that I use myself personally, and I do have these available on my Etsy. I've actually just added, or I will be adding some new ones this week as well. So that is what cash envelopes, that's what I use them for. So just to kind of recap, I wrote some notes down here. You can probably see me like looking down just a little bit. So it's to use them for items that tend to bust or blow your budget. So groceries, eating out, clothing, gas, or petrol we call it here. If you're going over budget in certain areas, you cash out the amount that you budgeted and stick to it. So again, as I said, if you were paid like me weekly, or whether it's bi-weekly or a monthly basis, you take out the amount that you have budgeted. So you've drawn up your monthly budget and you take out that amount, and each week, bi-week or month, you place it in the cash envelope. So you spend only what you put in the envelope. Once it's gone, it's gone. So you don't take from one envelope to give to another, because that is just defeats the purpose, because the whole purpose of it is to control your spending and help you stick to your budget. It helps keep you on track. It holds you accountable to what you're doing with your money, and physically having the cash, so physically having cash on your person, holding it in your hand, and you considering to yourself, is this something that I want to spend? Do I need to buy this? Is this essential for me? And it kind of just makes you think a little bit, so it holds you a little bit more accountable to the situation. So as I said, I have a whole heap of cash envelope budgeting videos that you can check out, and I'll have those linked in the description for you, so you can see what my categories are for the cash envelopes and how I do it each week. So now we're going to move on to sinking funds. So sinking funds are kind of like mini saving accounts. So you set them up for individual things. So for me, when I first started budgeting, I had 3 sinking funds: for Christmas, for my car insurance, and the car tax. So Christmas comes every single year. We know it comes in December, and if you celebrate, you know that you're going to need money to buy gifts, to buy daycare for your home, to buy extra food, that sort of stuff. So you know that that expense is coming, and a way to combat that is that you break down that expensive cost into smaller manageable amounts each week, each month, bi-weekly, whatever it is. Again, it depends on your paycheck. So for me, I am saving up weekly for a number of categories. Now when I started, as I said, I only had 3 categories. They were my car insurance, that comes every October, Christmas, which is December, and then we pay our car tax. We have to pay car tax here in Ireland, and that comes twice a year. That's just the way I did it. I just pay it every 6 months. So I know the amount that I have to. So let's say you have nothing saved for Christmas, and as we know, Christmas is in 3 months. It is September. We only have 3 months. You know that you're going to spend 900, or approximately you hope you're going to spend 900 euros. So in order for you to get that, what I do advise you to do, especially for the Christmas category where you're kind of spending blindly, is you get your notebook, you get your notes, get some paper, and basically you just write down who you're going to buy for. So for me, it's obviously like myself and Robert. Yeah, and include yourself into the budget as well, especially if it's like a family budget, like a joint budget. So I'd have like me, Robert, Ava, Robert's parents, my brother and sister, Robert's brother and sister, and if there's anybody else that you have to buy for throughout the year. Add that up. Don't forget to include stuff like wrapping paper, any decor that you're going to buy, if you have to buy like new Christmas decor, extra money for Christmas food on top of the grocery budget for that week, and then come up with an amount. And let's say it's 900 euros. Basically, we have 3 months left until Christmas, which means that you are going to have to save 300 euros per month for the next 3 months. If you are paid weekly, you can obviously add up how many weeks that there is until Christmas. So let's say there's only like 14 weeks, or 15. Let's just go for 15 weeks. So 14, let's go for 14. So there, you want 900 euros, and then you're going to divide it by the 14 weeks if you get paid weekly, which means that you are going to have to spend 64.28 and put it aside each week for Christmas. If you are paid bi-weekly, there's, let's say, 6 paychecks left. So again, you'd get your 900 euros, you divide it by 6, and you're paying 150 euros per paycheck into the Christmas sinking fund. So sinking funds can be saved electronically, or they can be saved in envelopes like I have here. So in a previous video, which I will have linked down below, I think it's the September, setting up my September budget, I share with you my starting balances for our sinking funds. So you can see we have a lot of sinking funds now, and you don't have to have that many, but it's really up to you. I like to have like car and bike insurance, car and bike tax, car maintenance, Christmas, and then they're my electronic ones. And then as cash ones, I have Christmas, pet fund, medical, birthdays, a clothing fund, and they are the ones that I store with cash. But again, it's up to you what you do. I am now going to be adding sinking fund sized cash, or sinking sized envelopes on my Etsy, which I will have linked below. But I hope that kind of helps. So basically, you're saving up small amounts every paycheck for a certain amount of time before you spend it, is what it is. And the main ones people have are for like if they're going to buy a new car, for car insurance, Christmas. So big things, you know, that happen every single year. If you have to pay house insurance, or if you have to pay, you know, a big amount that, you know, if you had to pay that in that month. If we came to December and I had to buy all of my family gifts we had to buy some food, we had to buy a new tree, we had to get gifts for Ava, all that sort of stuff. And you're thinking, I have zero money. I have like €100 that I can afford to add to it this month. You're going to have to add that to a card. So in order to prohibit you accumulating any debt, you set up a sinking fund, and it's basically like a saving account. And you just put money away every single paycheck in order for you to have enough money for when you get to the Christmas or when you get to the expense that you can just hand over that money, just take money from there and not have to think and worry about it once you get there, and you won't be accumulating any debt. So that is it. I hope that this wasn't anyway confusing for you guys. I know I kind of go off on tangents sometimes, but I hope that I answered some questions about cash envelopes and sinking funds and why you would need them, and the benefits of them, and how I do mine. As I said, I do have some stuff on my Etsy shop, which will be linked in the description if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back in a couple of days with another video. Bye.